All right, welcome back to another game of Play Action Football. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Play Action Football. And in this game, we're going to continue this game between the 1991 Falcons and Bengals. This is played in Cincinnati at, I don't know if it was actually played during the season or not. So we are at 14-3. It's halftime. Atlanta has a 4-yard touchdown from Miller to Haynes. They also had a fumble return for a touchdown from Green, the defensive end. And for Cincinnati, it was a 41-yard field goal for the Bengals. So it will be the kickoff here. So it's going to be the Falcons kicking off to the Bengals. Falcons here. The Falcons are going to be in black, the Bengals in orange, and then this is going to be our player die, for finding the player on the play. Using the new cards, and if you missed the first half, go back and watch the first half action. So this is going to be, that should just be the kickoff. The kickoff is going to be an 8. 8 on a kickoff is 60 yards plus a d6. So 62 yards. That takes it 61-2. That takes it down to the 3-yard line. And I've just been marking off all the returns and the return yardage here. Takes a little bit longer to do all the stats, but hopefully it's worth it. 27 plus 8 is 35 on the return, plus 3 is out to the 38. So excellent return there. For the Bengals, 35 yards on the return. That's going to set up first down and 10, and they'll start at their own 38. We're going to use the balanced offense for the Bengals, see if they can just continue. They're only down by less than 2 scores, so see if they can continue to push the ball. They're not in a must-throw situation yet. So first and 10, this is going to be a screen pass against the base. Both teams running a 3-4. So that's a -1. Both teams have a +1 advantage overall, so this will be no advantage. A 9 on a screen is good for 3 yards, and that screen goes to Brooks. So not much there on the pass. They do get positive yardage. It'll be second down and 7. Takes me a minute to get into the flow when this thing gets started, but you get there. Medium pass to a base defense. That's a -2, so it makes them -1 overall. 14 -1 is 13 on a medium pass is still good for 11 yards. And that's going to be out to the Atlanta 48 for a first down. So good pass there as he gets it to Barber. And Barber with the 11-yard pickup. And first down and 10 for the Bengal Tigers. Medium pass against the base again. Again, that's going to be a -1 overall. So 8 -1 is 7. 7 on a medium pass is incomplete. So that pass again to Barber. And that'll be an incompletion. That brings up second down and 10 from the Atlanta 48. This is a medium pass to a base defense. So again, another -1. 9 -1 is 8. 8 on a medium pass is going to be another incompletion. That pass intended for McGee. As he gets the target, but they can't complete on the pass. The Sison just hasn't been very sharp in this game. Not a great defense from Atlanta. Just hasn't been super sharp. Third down and 10. This will be a deep ball against a nickel defense. That is a -2. So same thing. So it's going to be a -1 overall. 9 on a deep ball is going to be incomplete. So that pass intended for Holman, as they've hit Holman on one deep ball today, but can't connect there. And so that's going to lead to another punt for the Bengals. This will be a coffin corner punt since they're inside the Atlanta 50. And that will be a touchback as that goes into the end zone. Atlanta will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. So 48 yards on the punt. And nothing on the return. So Atlanta takes over 1st and 10. Both teams came out and scored on their first drives, but they've had some difficulty scoring since then. All right, Atlanta on 1st down. Going to use the balanced offense for them as well. And we are at screen pass against the blitz. That'll be a 0, so that gives Atlanta a +1 overall. They need that. So 5 on a screen is going to be a pass deflection, you can see. And so the pass is deflected at the line. It was intended for Pritchard. So that'll be an incompletion and an incompletion. Pritchard having a pretty good game, but Jim Miller and the offense sort of struggling here after the first quarter, after the first drive. 2nd down play, this is going to be an outside run to a base defense, and that will be a +1 overall. They've rolled a 2, so a 3 on an outside run is a tackle for loss for -4 yards. So the run goes to Pegram, and that's going to be pretty tough as he loses 4 yards to the outside. And we'll go ahead and drop this here, and they go back to the 16. And let's see who had the tackle for loss. We'll call it Francis. I have been keeping track of TFLs. I have them on this sheet. So Francis, is that James Francis? I think so. I think James Francis. He was a Baylor Bear. I remember watching him when I was a kid. Francis with the tackle for loss. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10, 14. 3rd down and long. This is a medium pass against the dime defense. That's a -2, so a -1 overall. 13 -1 is 12. 12 on a medium pass is D10 +6. And just 7 yards on the gain. That pass is thrown to Pritchard out of the backfield. So 7 yards is not going to get them a 1st down. So they go out to the 23. That'll bring up 4th down, and they'll have to punt. So the punt, not a great one, 25 yards, 10, 20, and 5. So out to the 48. They have not had a good punting half necessarily in the first half. The return for Cincinnati is going to be a fair catch. So short kick, high, and fair caught. And that will be 1st and 10 now for the Bengal Tigers at their own, or at the Atlanta 48, sorry. 1st down play, this is going to be an inside run to a base defense. That's a good call. That's going to give them a +2 advantage overall. So 19 +2 is 21, and that's going to push us into a penalty. So that's going to be a pre-snap penalty. We'll just roll for that. A 7 on the defense. That's a neutral zone infraction. So that'll be 5 yards. So 5 yards on the penalty. We don't move the time or anything except the yardage, so that's going to go and put the ball out to the 43. It'll be first down and 5. It should be here. Sorry. First down and 5 for the Bengals. Another inside run to a base blitz. So inside to the blitz is going to be a 0, so a +1 overall. 13 plus 1 is 14. On the inside run, that's 2 D6s added together. That's a good one. 9 yards up the gut. And that is Boomer Esiason, who takes off running up the middle. And he's going to wind up with a 9-yard scramble. And that's going to be 9 yards, takes it to the 34. So it'll be first and 10 for the Bengals. 4 is going to be another inside run. This is against the base defense, so a +2 overall. And they have a 13. 13 plus 2 is 15. Another D6 plus D6. So 9 yards again on the gain, and that will go to Brooks up the middle for 9 yards. That's going to bring up second down and 1. Second and 1 from the Atlanta 25. 5 is an outside run against a base defense. So that is also going to be keep them at a +1. 10 on the outside run is D6. And that's good for 4 yards. So that'll be enough to pick up the first down. And that will also be Brooks for 4 yards. So 9:45 left in the quarter. It's going to be first down and 10 from the Atlanta 21. Sorry. 4, another inside run as they pound it up the middle. Inside run against the base. That makes them a +2. 11 plus 2 is 13. D6 plus 3. That's going to be good for 9 yards. And that will be Green to the outside for 9 yards. And nice pickup there. Won't be enough for a first down, but brings up second down and 1 for the Bengals. And we've got a short pass here against a blitz. And that will be a 0. So they retain their +1 advantage. 12 plus 1, 13 on a short pass is D6 plus 3. And that's good for 6 yards as he throws it to Barber for 6 yards. So Barber with the catch. It'll be a first down pickup. And that moves the sticks. 6 yards, that takes it down to the 6. It's going to be first and goal from the 6-yard line for the Bengals. Bengals looking to get back into this one. They're down 14-3 at this point, midway through the second quarter. Second drive of the quarter for the Bengals. On the goal line, this is going to be a short pass against a goal line defense. That's a 0 on the play, so they retain their +1 advantage. 16, so 15 plus 1 is 16. On a short pass is D10 plus 2. So they need at least a 4 here to score. The pass is going to go to Brown. They get a 2, and it's only 4 yards on the catch. So it takes it down to the 2. So Brown with a 4-yard catch. Can't quite get into the end zone. I think we're here at 8:30. It's going to be second down and goal. And this is an inside run against a base blitz. So that retains their +1 advantage. 11-12 on the inside run, good for 5 yards, and that's going to be a TD score as James Brooks takes it up the middle for a 2-yard touchdown run. So the Bengal Tigers getting right back into this one. Let's see what the extra point is. They're 1 to 99, so only on 100, and so they make the extra point. And they're right back into this one. It's 14-10 now, as the Bengals with a really nice drive there. Good mix of run and pass for the Bengals, and they're going to be kicking off to the Falcons. So we got a 5 there. 5 on a kickoff is a touchback, I believe. It is. So touchback on the kickoff. Nothing moves here. They're going to take over at their own 25. Atlanta will be at their own 25, 1st and 10. So let's see if the Birds have a little flight in them. Outside run to a base. Another good call. This is going to retain their +1 advantage. 15 plus 1 is 16 on an outside run is D6 plus 6. So it's good for 8 yards. As that is Mike Rozier getting to the outside and going for 8 yards. Let's see. Wrong team. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 2. 2nd down play. This is a short pass against a base blitz. So that's going to be a 0. So they keep their +1 advantage. 16 plus 1 is 17. On a short pass, that's going to be good for 8 yards. As Jim Miller gets it out to Pritchard out of the backfield for, I said 8 yards, right? Yeah. I need to go switch out my pen, I think. All right, so finally lost all the ink in my pen, where I come from, Texas. So that's good for 8 yards. I don't think that'll be a 1st down, so out to the 41. I don't think I moved anything there. So Pritchard, nice pitch and catch, and it'll be 1st and 10. This is an inside run to a base blitz. That's a 0, so that means we have a +1 still. So 14 on an inside run is 2 D6s added together. That's good. That's for an 8-yard run. And that will be Jim Miller. Drops back, but he takes it up the gut for 8 yards. Miller, 8-yard run. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Atlanta offense. Deep shot here from Miller and the offense against the blitz. That will be a -1, so that makes them even Steven. But a 16 is going to be a good ball. That's D10 plus 18. This is to Andre Rison. So 26 yards on the deep pass to Andre Rison is going to be good for a 1st down. And really nice play there as they take a deep shot on 2nd and 2. 10, 20, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. So down to the 25-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Bengals 25. It's a medium pass. Medium pass against a base defense. That's a -2. That makes them overall -1. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So as good as they look there, they come back with an incompletion. That goes to Andre Rison again. Let the man catch his breath. 2nd down and 10. Outside run to a base blitz. -1, so that negates their overall 1, so they're 0. So 5 on an outside run is a tackle for a loss for -2 yards. That will be Jones taking it to the outside, but he's going to get dropped for -2, but the play goes on. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 for Atlanta, in danger of stalling out here. So 3rd down and long. This would be a screen pass to a blitz, a nickel blitz. Screen to a nickel blitz is a +1, and they already have a +1, so they're +2 on the play. They need all that. 7 + 2 is 9. 9 on the screen is good for 3 yards, and that's not going to be enough. Although they do get the completion. The screen pass goes to Thomas for 3 yards. So that takes it down to the 24-yard line. We're going to have 4th down and 9, and we're going to get a field goal here. Let's see, it's 41 yards, and they are a 1-63 to complete. So it's an 84, and that's going to be a miss. So they miss the field goal from 41, and that is going to give the ball back to the Bengals at the 31, where they spotted the kick. All right, so a big turn of events there. We got 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd, and Cincinnati takes over. They just held after the big 26-yard connection between Jim Miller and Andre Rison, but they're down 14-10. They have the ball, and let's see what they can do with it. Boomer Esiason under center is going to drop back 3 steps, and against the blitz, that's a 0, so +1 overall. 14 becomes 15. 15 on a short pass, that's good for 7 yards as he connects with McGee for a 7-yard pass play. McGee. Seven yards. We're down to 4 minutes left, and it will be 2nd down and 3 for Cincy. Outside run against a base defense is a 0, so they retain their +1 advantage. 6 becomes a 7. 7 on an outside run is good for no yards as Green gets hit at the line and is not able to advance past there. And so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Bengals. 3rd and 3. We got a medium pass as Boomer drops back 7 steps, and he is going against the base defense. That's a -2. Makes them a -1 overall. So 15 becomes a 14 on a medium pass. Still good for 12 yards as he connects up with Brooks out of the backfield. And that's going to be a 12-yard completion to the running back for a 1st down. Down to 3 minutes, 10, 12. The ball is out to midfield, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bengals, right at midfield. Here is an inside run. This is going to be to Green up the middle against the base defense. That makes them a +2 overall. 5 + 2 is 7, and they go for 1 yard, so at least helps them to not lose any yardage, but not much on the game. That takes us to 2.5 minutes left in the quarter, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9, deep ball to a base blitz. It's going to be a -1, so they're even Steven on the play. 13 on a deep pass is just incomplete. Off the fingertips of Brooks, who's going down the sideline. Yes, they took a shot there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Bengals. 3rd and 9, another deep ball, this time against the base blitz. Again, that makes them even. Got to have a big roll here. This is an 8. That's not going to be enough. Although there is a yellow cell there, so that means there's going to be a possible penalty on the play. So the deep ball goes to Brown. And let's see. A 7. There is no penalty on the play, so that's just going to be an incomplete pass from Boomer Esiason to Brown. Brown, 5 targets, but only 1 catch in this game, as they just are not able to connect. So be 4th down and 9. The Bengals going to have to punt again, see if they can pin back the Falcons. We got a 3. A 3 is going to be another touchback. So not exactly what they were hoping for there. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 punts now in the game. And it will be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Atlanta. All right, 1st down and 10, inside run to a base defense is a +1. And so that gives them a +2 overall. So 17 plus 2 is 19, D10 plus 6. So that's good for 7 yards. That'll be Broussard up the middle for 7 yards. We're down to 1:15 left in the quarter. 2nd down and 3 for the Atlanta Falcons. Short pass against a base defense is going to negate their +1 overall, so they're even Steven. 9 on a short pass is going to be incomplete. That pass intended for Haynes. So Haynes, only a couple of targets in this game. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. This is an outside run to a base blitz. So that's a -1. That negates their overall +1. So it's even. 11 on an outside run is D6 plus 1. So they need at least a 2 here. They get a 2, and that takes them right to the sticks. 1, 2, 3. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons. That run from Jim Miller. Jim Miller, the play breaks down, and he takes it for a 3-yard run. And that'll be a 1st down. First and 10. This will be a medium pass against a base defense. So they're a -1 overall. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 on a medium pass is an interception. That's a pick. So the pass intended for Andre Rison. And the pick is going to take us to the end of the quarter. Let's see. It's an 8. So the new line of scrimmage is going to be it was a medium pass. Line of scrimmage -15 yards. They're at the 30, so minus is behind the line of scrimmage. So new line of scrimmage is going to be at the 15-yard line as Cincinnati takes it all the way back to the 15. They get pushed out of bounds. That's Fulcher with the INT. Two picks on the day for the Cincinnati defense on Jim Miller, who just hasn't been super sharp. I thought he was getting it together on that last drive, but just hasn't been very sharp. Got 1 quarter left. It's 14-10. Got a good one going here. The Bengals have the ball inside the red zone of the Atlanta Falcons. Boomer with the call. He's under center. This is going to be a short pass against the blitz. That's a 0, so they're +1 overall. 15 on a short pass is good for 7 yards. That completion goes to McGee. McGee having a fine game. And that takes us down to the 8. So it'll be 2nd down and 3. They can get a first down without a touchdown. We should go with our goal line plays since we're inside the 10. The reason you do that is because if you come up with a deep pass, the odds are that you're going to throw it out of the end zone. So the goal line doesn't have any deep passes on it. So we have 2nd down and 3 from the 8-yard line from the Atlanta 8. Atlanta with their backs against the wall. And this is an inside run to a base defense. That's going to be a +2 overall. 13 + 2 is 15 on an inside run. D6 + D6. That's good for 12. And that's going to score as up the middle goes Green for the 8-yard touchdown run. Wow. Just right up the gut. And let's see about the extra point. The extra point, 58 for the Bengals is going to be good. And the Bengals score first in the 4th. It's now 17-14. Cincy over Atlanta as they come back with a huge score there after the turnover. Leave that there, and it's going to be kickoff for the Bengals. The kickoff is 60 yards +4, so 64 yards down to the 1. And let's see about the return. The return has a 6. And that's 25 + 10, 35 on the return. So out to the 36-yard line. That's a good return. We've had some pretty good returns in this game. So that's a bright spot, definitely. I think I gave the kickoff to the wrong team. So it should be 35. This should be 64. Okay, now we're on the right page. And it'll be Atlanta ball, 1st and 10 from their own 36. They're down 17-14. And there is 13 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. So inside run here to inside run to a base blitz. So that makes it even on the play call. So there's a +1 overall. So 17 becomes 18 on an inside run. D6 + 6. That's good for 7 yards. As Mike Rozier takes it up the gut for 7 yards. And that's out to the 43. That brings up 2nd down and 3. Atlanta with an outside run against the base. Another good call. They have a +1 advantage. So 6 + 1 is 7. On the outside run is no yards. And that's Jones, who had a negative play in his last time up, trying to get to the outside as well. Can't get there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down and 3. Medium pass against a base defense. That's tough sledding. That's going to be a -1 overall. 12 minus 1 is 11. 11 on a medium pass is incomplete. You can see that -1 caused them to go into an incompletion. That was set for Rison. But Jim Miller can't complete on the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 3. You're still within striking distance, so I believe he just got a punt here. The punt is 35 yards, so 10, 20, 30, 5. And for the return, it's a 4. 4 on the return is a fair catch. So a nice high punt does it for Atlanta, and they are going to have the Bengals start at their own 22. It'll be 1st and 10, Cincinnati, as Boomer gets another shot to put this one away. 5 is a short pass against a base defense. That's a -1, so it takes away their advantage. I see a 4. 4 on a short pass is going to be a sack for D6. The sack goes to Jordan. No, Green. So it goes to the defensive end, Green, who already has 1 sack on the day. It'll be for -4 yards. Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, Green has 2 now. Sorry, I'm messing that all up. So -4. Green has 3 sacks on the day. Gardner has 2. And sack -4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 14 for the Bengals. 2nd and long. This will be a deep shot against a nickel blitz. And that's a -1. So that makes them even on the play. 11 on a deep pass is going to be incomplete as they try to hook up with Brown. Esiason tries to hook up with Brown. Can't complete. Still not having a lot of success throwing out to Brown in this game. Brings up 3rd down and long for the Bengals. We get a 7 there. So 3rd and long, this is going to be a medium pass against a nickel defense. That's a -1, so they're even on this play. 14 on a medium pass is good for 12 yards, but that's going to leave them a couple of yards short. That pass goes to Brown. They finally connect. And we're down to 11 minutes left in the game. It's going to be 4th down, and so 10, 11, 12, 4th down and 2. And we are going to punt the ball. Punt is 40 yards, decent kick, 10, 20, 30, 40. Drives them down to the 30-yard line. And on the return, it's a 9. Good return. That's 23 yards on the return. So 10, 20, 1, 2, 3. And the Atlanta Falcons will take over in Cincinnati territory as they run that punt back 23 yards. Their best punt return of the day. And let's see if Jim Miller can take them in for a score. It's 1st and 10 from the opponent's 47. This will be an outside run to a base split or a base, which is a 0, so they retain their +1 advantage. 11 on an outside run, D6 +1. That's as good as you can do. So 7-yard gain there for Broussard to the outside. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Inside run to a base defense. Another good call. +2 overall advantage. So 15 becomes 17. D6 +5. And that's good for another 7 yards. That'll be Jim Miller, who drops back and he takes off up the middle. He's had a couple of good scrambles here. What did I say on that? It was It was an inside run. D6 plus 5. Okay, 7 yards. Sorry about that. 7 yards, that's going to go for a first down. So that takes the ball down to the 33-yard line. Atlanta driving. They're down by 3 points. It's 17-14 Cincinnati. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 33. Outside run against a base blitz is a -1, so that takes away their advantage at least. 16 straight up on an outside run, D6 plus 6, so 9 yards. And that goes to Pegram for 9 yards. Won't be a first down, but gets them real close as they wind up at the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Outside run here to the base, and that's going to be a 0, so they have their +1 advantage. 11 on an outside run. D6 plus 1 is good for 3 yards. That's Broussard again for a 3-yard gain. That's going to be a first down pickup. As Atlanta pounding the rock here, and they're down to the 21-yard line, be 1st and 10. Falcons from the 21. And this is a medium pass as Jim Miller drops back. And that's into the teeth of the defense. That's going to make them a -1 overall. So 12 minus 1 is 11 on a medium pass. That's going to be incomplete as he tried to get it to Rison unsuccessfully. And that's going to lead to a 2nd down and 10. 2nd down play. This is a medium pass against a nickel. That's a -1, so basically they're just even on the play. 19 though, that's a good roll. Sorry, that was a 9. 19 on the roll. Medium pass, 22 yards. They're at the 21, and that's going to be a touchdown pass as he connects with Haynes for a 21-yard touchdown. Jim Miller does. And that's going to be a big-time throw and score as Haynes, just his 3rd target of the day, makes a big-time catch and gets into the end zone. Let's see about the extra point. 1-98. It's up and good. And Atlanta responds with a touchdown in the 4th quarter. And they come back and they regain the lead. It's now 21-17. We get the kickoff here. Sorry. The kickoff is a 4, and that's going to be 60 yards. So that takes it down to the 5. And the return is a 9. That's a good return. 32 yards plus 3. So 35 on the return. Takes it out to the 40. Man, great return. And clutch. So 60 on the kickoff. And for 35 on the return. So that sets up Cincinnati 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Terrific field position as they need a score. They only have 8 minutes left in the game. And let's see if Boomer can lead them down the field. This is a screen pass against a base defense. And that's a -1. So they're even Steven overall. 12 on a screen is D6 plus 2. And that's good for 7 yards. That pass is going to go to Barber for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Cincinnati approaching midfield. They're going to take a deep shot here. This is against nickel defense. So that's a -2. So that makes them a -1 overall. And that's going to be bad news as they get a 2 on a deep ball. That's a pass deflection. And we'll call that a deflection for Sanders, for Dion, who knocks the ball away. So they try to sneak one by Neon Dion out there. And they could not, as Sanders up for the task. Always up for the task. He would tell you so. 3rd down and 3 for the for the Bengals. 3rd and 3. This is going to be a draw play. I haven't seen too many draw plays here. Draw play against the blitz. Draw against the blitz is a +1, so that makes him a +2 overall. Good call there. 6 becomes an 8. 8 on a draw play is good for 0 yards. So that'll be Brooks. They try to sneak through on the draw play. And he gets tackled for no gain. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 3. 6:45. This is where you get paid the big bucks for coaching, right? The biggest advantage is on a run or a draw. Don't see myself running a draw. 4th and 3. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm running an inside run. So I'm just going to call this play. Cincinnati. Don't hate me. 4th down. This is an inside run to a base defense. So that gives us a +2 advantage. 10 + 2 is 12. On an inside run is good for 5 yards. And that is, that's going to be Boomer Esiason taking it up the middle. A quarterback sneak, I guess, or something like that, off the left tackle. And he takes it for 5 yards and a 1st down. Either way, he's leading his team down the field. 6:15 left in the game, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cincinnati goes over into Atlanta territory, and they'll have 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 48. No. So 1st and 10 for the Bengals. 5 is a short pass. This is against a base defense. That's a -1, so they're even on the overall play. 10 on a short pass is going to be incomplete. That pass is intended for it's intended for Holman. So Holman, they have missed on the last 3 passes to him, and that's going to take us down to the 6-minute mark. It's cutting time in this game. 2nd down and 10. And this is an inside run to a base defense. That's a +2 overall. And they're going to need it. 4 + 2 is 6. Possible penalty on the play. This will be Icky Woods up the middle. And we got to roll for the penalty. So the play itself is 0 yards. The penalty is no penalty, so the play is going to stand. And it's just a run up the middle for no yards. And Icky Woods gets stuffed for no gain. Takes us to 5.5 minutes left in the game. 3rd down and 10. The Bengals driving, and they're down by 3. 21-17, down by 4. And a 3rd down play here. So Boomer's going to drop back. 7-step drop. Against a base defense, that's a -2 and -1 overall. So 17 -1 is 16 on a medium pass. Good thing they rolled high there because they need it. D10 +10. That's good for 16 yards. That was a big time throw and catch as he connects with McGee for 16. And that's going to lead to a Cincinnati 1st down. Big time play from Boomer Esiason. That takes them back to 1st down, so 10, 16, and the ball is spotted at the 32 of Atlanta. They're down by 4, so they need a touchdown. 21-17. They can't just kick a field goal here. So they're running out of time, and they need to make some plays. Inside run to a base defense is a +1, so they're +2 overall. 15 turns to 17. That's D6 +5, and that's good for 7 yards. As Boomer Esiason, again, doesn't like what he sees when he drops back, and he takes it up the middle. Slides down for 7 yards, and he is going to get the Bengals down to the Atlanta 25. We have second down. This is an outside run to a base blitz. A -1, so they're all even on this play. 16 on an outside run, D6 plus 6. That's good for 9 yards, and that will be Icky Woods around the corner for 9 yards. Good run there from the big man Rumbling. That's actually going to be a first down run. Give that to the wrong guy. So first down run for Icky Woods. Takes the ball down to the 16-yard line. And that will be 1st and 10. Cincinnati from the 16. This one feels like the momentum is all in the Bengals' favor. But we'll see. It's a screen against a base. That's a -1, so that's a plus or a even overall. 11 on a screen is D6 plus 1. That's good for 7 yards. And the screen pass goes to Brooks out of the backfield for 7. 3:30 left in the game, and the ball is going to go down to the 9-yard line. Brings up second down and 3 for the Bengals. The hometown crowd getting them into it, and they are knocking at the door. This is a deep ball. Actually, we should do the goal line. That's why I don't do the goal line inside I don't do the regular offense inside the 10 because you wind up with a deep pass. So second down and 3. This is going to be a short pass, so short instead of deep. And it will be against a base defense, so it's a -1. And that negates their overall +1, so they're even. 15 on a short pass is good for 7 yards. That's going to be a completion for a first down to Brown. Brown makes the catch and takes it down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a first down catch. And we're down to 3 minutes left in the game. Cincinnati has the ball 1st and 10, 1st and goal really, from the 2. 5 is going to be an outside run to a base blitz, and that's a -1, so that makes it even on the play. 6 on an outside run is good for 0 yards. That's a Boomer trying to take it around the corner, trying to maybe a little naked bootleg or something to get him out to the edge, and he gets brought down for no gain. And that brings up second down and goal from the 2. 2.5 minutes left in this game. A 2 on second down is an inside run to a base blitz. And that will be a 0. So +1 advantage to the offense. 16 on an inside run is 7 yards, and that's going to be good for a 2-yard touchdown plunge from Green as they complete the long drive. That's his second touchdown of the day. Last 2 times he's touched the ball, he's scored, and that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. Let's see about the 92. That's real close. The extra point is 99. But they do get the extra point, and Cincinnati regains the lead as they score again. They've got 14 here in the fourth quarter. They got 21 points here in the second half. They've outscored the Falcons 21-7 in the second half to go ahead and take the lead. It's 24-21. But I don't know. Is it Chris Miller? I keep calling him Jim Miller. I think it's Chris Miller, right? The quarterback. So hopefully someone could correct me. I'll go back and look anyway, but I think it's Chris Miller. Sorry. But I don't remember. All right, kickoff. It's down to it. 2 minutes left. Every play now is going to be just 15 seconds, unless otherwise noted. And timeouts are going to keep the clock from moving. So I consider putting timeouts in here as like some sort of penalty somewhere along the way. We'll have to see. like where a team on the quarterback hurry or something, they have to take a timeout. I don't know. I'm trying to find out where that'd be a good place. Kickoff, 60 yards plus 1. So 61 on the kickoff takes it down to the 4. So 61 on the kickoff. And the return is a 7. 7 on the return is 27 yards plus the D10. So 27 plus 3 is 30. That takes the ball out to the 34. So good return day. They've averaged about 30 yards on their returns. That does take 15 seconds off the clock. And we are going to have 1st and 10 for the Falcons. And let's get into the pass-heavy offense. They got to try to get the ball down the field. Six on 1st down, a screen pass against a blitz. That's a pretty good call. And that's a +2. Sorry, screen pass against a blitz is a 0. So they retain their +1 advantage. 13 on the screen is good for 5 yards. That's going to go to Thomas for 5 yards. As they hurry up to the line, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. 1.5 minutes left in this one. Atlanta needs a play to get down the field and into field goal position. They probably need a good 40 yards to get into field goal position. So this is 2nd down. This is an inside run against a nickel defense. That's a +2, so they become a +3. Boy, they needed all of that. 3 plus 3 is 6, and there's a chance for a penalty here as the play breaks down and Jim Miller just has to scramble up the middle. Is there a penalty on the play? A 9 says a defensive post-snap penalty. So the defense commits a penalty. The yardage is 0. The penalty, defense on a rushing play, that's going to be just a 5-yard face mask. So they'll tack that on at the end, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. So the play was originally 0 yards, but the penalty gives them a 1st down. It's 1:15. I think the penalty would naturally kind of stop the clock, but 1:15 left on the clock. Atlanta at their own 44. They need probably 25, 30 more yards to get into field goal range for an attempt. And we'll say it is an inside run against a base. That's a +1, becomes a +2 advantage overall. 7 plus 2 is 9. That's just 3 yards. That's going to be Jones up the middle for 3 yards. And maybe they're trying to bust one. Not sure about that. Brings up 2nd down. Another run, outside run to the nickel defense, which is a +1, so they get a +2 advantage overall. And they have 17 plus 2 is 19 on an outside run, D6 plus 10. And that's good for 13 yards. As that is Broussard for 13 yards around the edge. And that'll be a 1st down pickup. So running out of time, 45 seconds left. 10, 13 takes it to the 40. So picking up yardage, but burning clock as well. Actually, let's go ahead and take a timeout there. We'll just go ahead and take a timeout right there. Yeah. We'll call that timeout for them. And when you take a timeout and the play is 15 seconds, it doesn't move the clock. You just leave the clock. If it's a 30-second play, it only goes 15 seconds. So it's a little bit unrealistic, I guess, in those ways. because you can't say that no time went off the clock, but it's just a way of sort of abstracting the timeouts a little bit to make them easier to deal with. All right, it is 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 40. Atlanta needs at least maybe 5 to 10 yards to get a field goal attempt here. And they're only a 1 to 50 from 50 plus. So I'll say if it's up to 55 yards, I'll give them a shot. Back then, guys weren't kicking 50 plus yard field goals very often. So I'll give them a shot. 6 on 1st down is going to be a short pass, and that's against a nickel defense. So that's a 0. So they hold on to their +1. They need it. 5 on a short pass is a quarterback hurry. So the defense is going to get to them. And a 3 is going to be an incompletion. So they bring the pressure, or they get pressure, I guess, and then forces an incompletion. That ball set for Thomas. So 2nd down and 10, 45 seconds left here. It is a medium pass against a base blitz. That's a -1, so it takes away their +1 advantage. So they're even up on this one. That's going to be a 15. 15 on a medium pass is D10 plus 8. So that's good for 9 yards. The pass goes to Andre Rison for 9. And that's not going to be enough for a 1st down. Well, they'll call a timeout there. So that'll be their 2nd timeout, just to preserve a little clock. 9 yards takes it to the 31. Right now the kick is, what was that, 48 yards? They're 1 to 63, which is not bad. And closer is almost always better with these sorts of things. So this is 3rd down and 1. They're going to run a deep pass, questionable, against a dime, real questionable. That's a -3, so they become a -2 overall. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 on a deep ball is a potential penalty. It's a 4. There's no penalty. And so that's just going to be an incompletion as they dodge a bullet. Jerry Glanville says, we're going for it. And they tried to go for it. As he tried to hit Haynes again. He hit Haynes for the go-ahead TD earlier. And we're at 48 yards. Let's see if they can kick the field goal. 4th down. It's a 1 to 63, so this is not a gimme. They've already missed 1 field goal in the day from 41. And the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's a 53, and it is up and in. So with 15 ticks left on the clock, Atlanta comes through with a big-time clutch, 48 yards. Clutch field goal to tie the ball game. Wow. 24-24 as they come down. Chris Miller leads them down the field, and they score the touchdown. Let's see if there's a run back here. Otherwise, this one is going to go into overtime. So we got the kick here. It's a 5. 5 on a kickoff is a touchback. And it's not going to be enough for them to get a Hail Mary. So it'd be here. It's not going to be enough for them to get a Hail Mary. They have to be at least to the 40. And they only have 1 tick of the clock left. Actually, let's try it. Let's try. They can run a timeout and keep the clock from moving. So let's try this. Sorry. Touchback on a kickoff. Okay. They're going to get 1 pass here for Boomer Esiason. It's going to be, throw a medium pass. And if they can get at least to the 40, they can try a Hail Mary. So they need at least 15 yards here. First down and 10. This is going to be against a base defense. So medium against a base is a -2. So that puts them behind the 8 ball. They're a -1. But they get a 19. 19 -1 is 18 on a medium pass. Is D10 plus 15. So they're going to get it. Plus some. 23 yards. 10, 20. 1, 2, 3. So they're going to get that. They're going to take a timeout. So that keeps the clock from moving. And that's going to give them just enough time to try a Hail Mary. Now, Hail Mary is a 1 to 100 roll. So we got our dice here. This will be our 10s and our 1s. If it's a 96 to 100, that's a touchdown. If it's not, it's an incomplete pass. So last play of the game. I didn't record the pass there. 23. And I don't know who that went to, so we'll just say Holman. They like to throw it deep with him. I think it was Holman. And we wind up with a 0-8, and that's not enough as the ball falls incomplete. We'll just give that to Brown, I guess. He's got a bunch of them piled up. We could actually figure that out. Who is the ball to? The ball is to Brooks. So they send Brooks down the field. Okay, and this game is going to go to overtime. So, wow. Big time play from Miller, the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, as he leads the team down the field in the last 2 minutes, and they get a big time 48-yard field goal. And we are at 24 apiece as we head to overtime. So you can see lots of scoring here in the fourth quarter, but 21 points of the 24 put up in the second half from the Cincinnati Bengals to make a game of it. Well, I got to stop it here, but wasn't expecting overtime for sure. So I'll have to play out the overtime period at some point, and we'll see who wins this game. You can purchase this season at clarkandaddisongaming.com. clarkandaddisongaming.com. And the 1991 season is under the new releases on the front page. You can also click at the top and go to the Play Action Football, and you can check out all the seasons that are available for that. We have new seasons for on-base baseball. Precision Baseball is a brand new baseball game. So new seasons for the 2023 season, I guess, for that. I'll start working on 2024 at some point. And I want to get these new cards and things like that finished for the previous Play Action Football season. So you can get 1985, 2007, or 2023. So I want to add in these new rules with the penalties and the different play styles here. So you have run heavy, pass heavy, and balanced. And I want to just make sure that we get those in to those older games as well. So that's a new priority now that I've been able to release the 91 season. If you haven't purchased any of the games, this would be a good one to start with. But if you get the others, I'm not going to make you repay. Once you're not going to have to purchase it again whenever I update these files. So I'll just send out an email that says, hey, the files are ready for you to download. You can go back here and download them. And you've already made the purchase. You already have the downloads. I've just basically updated the files in the download. So you won't have to purchase it again. So if you want to just go ahead and take a shot and get a season that's not this one that you want to play, go ahead and do that. It's not going to cost you anything extra to get these extra pieces in. And really, it's a reconfiguration of a lot of things. The typical play calling style is this one. So the balanced. So you just don't have the other two, but you do have the balanced. So it's more additions to the game than it is like changing anything whole scale. So go out and play the game. Try the game. It's only $20, and you're gonna get all the seasons. or all the teams, every team that comes, in that season. You're going to get a player finder here that allows you to do some different things. And I'm also including this score sheet, which I showed. So you can actually write in people's names. I'm still getting accustomed to using it, and I'll make some little changes to this too, because it's kind of hard to see where something starts and stops. And I need some better indicators of where the passing and rushing and all that stuff is. And then you have even defense down here where you can record defensive, like major defensive plays. We could start to work in tackles and things like that if you really want to. And then we have the same thing for both teams. And then up here you have all of your sort of your weather, your date, you're keeping the score and all that kind of stuff. So this is just a more detailed version. This one is the one that originally has come with the game, and you'll also receive that. So this is really just keeping up with passing and rushing. It's a little bit easier to keep track of things, but it doesn't allow you to do individual statistics. So if you're just concerned with team stats, this one is a lot easier to sort of deal with. But it's got everything for field goals and punts and kickoffs and all that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're concerned with, then just go with that. And if you don't want to keep any stats at all, and just keep the score and just play, it'll play a lot faster. It already plays about an hour per half. So it's about 2 hours investment into one game, and plays really well, has good flow. So check it out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. If you like this video, just click that thumbs up. It's super easy to do. And if you really like it, share it with your friends and tell people about this game. That's a good way to help it grow. Otherwise, I think that's all from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.